right now, but thank God we're getting through it. We're making it happen. So what have you guys been up to? What?
Someone had a disguised face. Someone said happy holidays.
Awesome. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. You have a nice Thanksgiving Eve live event. Fill you up with knowledge prior to filling up with that turkey. So yeah,
Someone said, Nico said you look like the actor from Narcos.
that's what I'm going for. That's what I'm going for. They're very official. Awesome. Let me fix this wire just in case. There we go. Alrighty. So I hope everybody's doing good. Been super busy. As you guys all know, it's just crazy time here in the United States. Really busy, lots of opportunity, lots of money moving around. Government printed a whole bunch of money. Everyone has a lot of it. A lot of investors have a lot of it. So this is a great opportunity to invest. Use that cash before it loses all of its value. Unfortunately, it's really hard to find deals right now. So it's really necessary to be aggressive, to be out there, to be working and networking to try to get these deals ASAP. I've had that this week alone. I had someone offer $2 million, another guy offered about $2.5 million, and a bunch of other people just over $5 million of cash that wants to invest. And the hard part is finding some good deals, right? It's finding good deals is really hard right now, and I mean not just in Florida, but anywhere. So constantly hustling, trying to find stuff and make it happen for our investors. So it's exciting times. It's kind of crazy times, $5 million in 1 week, But looking forward to that being more consistent. So it's going to be awesome. Next year should be great. I mean, lots of opportunities we're bringing to our clients with our NFT fund, our crypto mining fund, our oil and gas, and our real estate. Like we have a lot of tax smart investments that are coming, and it's exciting. It's exciting times. So how has everybody's week been? Yeah, I'm slurring my words.
You already got tons of questions coming in.
Ooh.
People want to get down to business.
Let's get down to business. So where are we at? So let's go with what we can start with the lesson of this week. The concept is about NFTs. So what is an NFT? An NFT is a non-fungible token. That's what NFT stands for. But what is it? It is a way for you to know the item that you have is real. It's not a copy. And if it is a copy, you'll know. It's very obvious to know if you have the real deal or you have a copy or something. So with NFTs, you kind of know exactly what you have. You have a collectible piece of art, you have music, you have a movie, you have something that you know is real. So it's very easy to resell on the market, given that you know the quality of what you have. So with NFTs, like what is really the purpose of it? It's one is the fact that you can really know what you have is the real deal. Two, it's because most of the things most of our lives are now online, on the phone. We work from our phones, from our computers. We're doing most things virtually. And Web 3.0, metaverse, that's gonna come. When it's gonna come, we really don't know, but it's coming. So most of what we have is digital. And now we can keep our collectibles in the digital space. Conceptually, that's awesome because I have a lot of Pokemon cards, comic books that I've had since I was young, and they take up space. You're afraid of a fire is going to burn. You're afraid your mom's going to end up selling it when you leave.
Throwing it or putting it in garage sale.
Yeah, that's where my Charizards went. So, when you have these NFTs, it's a lot easier to keep control of them, and you can put them anywhere you want. You can have them in your office, in your house. So really to display them is easy. And I bought a whole bunch. I own a good amount of NFTs. I think I have like about 420 NFTs right now. So how an NFT works is you go to a place and to buy them, and it depends. If you're going to buy an NFT, so there's different platforms like VV or Nifties where you can buy NFTs and they have contracts with certain companies to be able to put out those NFTs. So, for example, Matrix has NFTs coming out next week. They have about 100,000 of them going to come out. When your NFT is going to be like an avatar, and they are going to be of, say, before they took the pill. And then in a week, for those who buy the NFTs, after a week, you'll have the opportunity to have your avatar take the red pill or the blue pill. And if they take the red pill, they're going to transform into a Matrix style character. If they take the blue pill, they'll stay as is. So there'll be a lot of opportunities to play in that metaverse. And I think a lot of companies are going to offer special offerings to people who have these unique NFTs, or if you have multiple collections of NFTs. So that is one type of NFT you can get, the avatar style. Say eventually Pokemon's probably going to have NFTs where each Pikachu or Charizard that you have is an NFT, and it's going to have a quality and a power component to it, almost like its own DNA, its own real animal, right? Pet. There's another style where they're like comic books. So I own edition 1 Spider-Man, edition 1 Captain America, edition 1 Daredevil, edition 1 Marvel Universe, Marvel Universe. So all of these edition 1 comic books aren't going to be replicated. They're made, you can buy them through VV, and that's it, they're there. You have these comic books, you have these edition 1s. Within these edition 1s, obviously there's different qualities of these comic books, so it has a market value based on the quality and the demand. What's nice about that is you have it in a place, you can put it up in display within your own space, and it's already graded for you. So there's a market, it's just really easy to maintain your collection, resell your collection, value your collection. That brings obviously a lot of ease of use and being able to display it wherever you want, multiple spots. So with these NFTs, you can buy it through VV for the comic books.
And that's VV as in VEVE?
Correct.
Okay.
And then there's also other ones like different like now we're going to go to art, right? You can buy art also through VV, right? You can buy just collectible art like Dragon Girl. I have a Dragon Girl statue. You can buy different collectibles that are not comic books, but they're just like figurines in a way, where they each have a quality and a limited supply. And they even have, with these NFTs, they have like production numbers. So my issue 1 Daredevil is ultra rare edition, which means it's condition, which is second highest. So it has a lot of value there. In addition to that, my number for mine is 5055. So it also you can have a unique number. So if you have a unique number or a cool number, it can add even higher value to your NFT, even though it might be a common one. So for example, I own Marty McFly hoverboard. So if you have, and that's a common NFT, they produce a lot of those compared to, they produce other hoverboards for Back to the Future, but we're less supply. Well, the Marty McFly hoverboard that is edition number or print number 1985 is worth almost $1 million, because it's one part of it is a common hoverboard. Many people can have this hoverboard, about 7,000 of them. But 1985 is the year that Marty of the movie 1985. So you have an edition 1985 print that you are lucky enough to get at random, but now you have a common board with a unique number. It can be higher value. So adding the collectability in is really something else, right? It just makes it so much easier to collect things. So the benefits, so now we're going to go into some of the benefits of owning the NFT. One, compared to comic books, moths can eat it, floods, fires, all these different issues. Then you have to get insurance for them. If you have a lot of collectibles, it's very difficult to transport them physically and to do it in such a way where they're not going to be damaged. So it just brings a lot of stress to be concerned about your collection. Now, when you have these collectibles in a digital format and you can transfer them pretty easy, it makes it a lot easy to a lot more comfortable to collect, and the ease of use is a lot easier. Right now, if you, for example, if you wanted to sell something, a comic book, you would have to go to eBay and list it onto eBay. You put it up. They charge like 11% in fees to 15%, and then you have to ship it. You have to put insurance on it, and there's just a lot of work in that process. And then you hope that you got something that's good compared to what they said you're getting. Right? They can tell you it's good, but in person it might not. When you're buying the same comic books in a digital format, that is really a split-second transaction. I bought one for about $500, and within seconds, this transaction happened. It was in my collection. It was done, and within seconds, I literally relisted it for sale just to see how easy the process would be. So within another maybe minute, I put it back up for sale for a higher price because the edition number to me was unique, which made it more valuable than what I paid for it. So it's a lot of fun, to be honest with you. It's a lot of fun. I like collecting stuff.
Where can I buy it? Where can we purchase NFTs? I'm sorry, the connection is kind of going in and out on Instagram. So just keep that in mind.
Also, check maybe check the which Wi-Fi it's connected to. Make sure it's connected to not yours standard, not 2.4.
But on YouTube, obviously, you're doing good. Yeah, it's on Not Yours. That's it by itself.
Interesting. I don't know. It should work fine.
Okay.
It looks like it's doing fine here on
TikTok.
On TikTok.
Yeah.
But
perhaps it's just maybe it's just Instagram then. It keeps going in and out. But I've been telling everyone YouTube Live or TikTok.
Anyway, so let's get back to the last one. Where can I purchase them? So you can buy NFTs directly from the creator. Like I own a lot of Catgirl NFTs, so you can buy it at catgirl.io. Technically, actually, you cannot buy anymore right now because they stopped producing edition 1. I have like 400 something edition 1 NFTs for Catgirl. With some NFT or with many NFTs, so they had the Disney NFTs. I'll start there. Very common, right? Disney, it's a big name, and their NFTs were you knew exactly what you were buying. It wasn't a random. You paid 50, 100, 150, 500 for that NFT, and that was it. But other companies, like the comic books or say like the Catgirl NFTs, they function more like a playing card style where, or like, you open up the playing card set and you don't really know what you're getting in there and you hope you get a really rare one. Those are flat fees, right? So the comic books are usually like $6.99 or the, Catgirl NFTs, those are about $10 a piece and you don't know what you're going to get. So there's just a random chance of getting something good. So with those NFTs, obviously, the more you buy, the better probability you can get something good. And so with the Marvel ones, you buy them at Marvel, Disney, DC, comic books, and a lot of the artists will sell on VV. And then there's, Nifty will have The Matrix, they'll have certain artists, and they'll have Space Jam and other special NFTs there. Catgirl's directly on catgirl.io, and there's other sites that sell directly on there. So there is, Ethereum-based NFTs, which you can buy from the producer, and you would hold them on your wallet. And I kind of am really into like the XRP NFTs that are going to be coming out. I think those are going to be really good. I think they're going to be very profitable. So what's cool about NFTs, you can actually find out about them before they even come out. So you can be like day one in getting them. So when you're buying them at, $7, $10, $50, and then usually within a week, they're 10 times more valuable. If you got a decent one, it's awesome, especially if you like it. It's really about buying stuff you like. You know, you don't want to collect a whole bunch of stuff you don't enjoy. It's the time spent would be used better elsewhere. But if you really like this and you can invest something and make money, that's awesome, right? That's my focus. Is if I'm gonna have a hobby, I'm gonna be spending money. I really want to do on something where I can get paid back later. So, any questions regarding NFTs at all? Happy to answer that.
Someone wants to go live with you. Can I do that? Nico.
Nico, all right, let's go. So Nico, been following me for like a few years, and basically almost everything I got into, he's been getting into also. So we've got helium miners. So I bought helium miners like 6 months ago. It's taken a while. What?
You can't hear it because of this, so you got to use your phone to hear him.
All right. 1 second.
Nico, you're in the dark. How are you, Nico? You're in Texas, right?
I think somehow I logged out of yours.
Hold on, Nico. Let me connect the audio for him to hear. One moment.
You want to log into that one? Yeah, give it a second, Nico. We'll be able to answer. We'll be able to hear you. All right, Nico. Now I can hear you. Hey, Nico. I can hear you now.
Make it louder on your end, I guess.
Well, that's what I'm here for. How's it going? How's your project going?
Try to take advantage of the time for the free time from work and working on the property here. It took a little long because a real challenge finding the right people to work on the project. And actually those guys were really good. They worked in a different company. Me and we were just getting out on one project and I called them right after they got done. And they said, hey, I have 7 days of work. I'm like, okay, man, this is perfectly fine. I'm gonna take some break because it's over the holiday now. And they're going over the front unit. This is the front unit, and that's the back unit, which I showed you before too.
Yeah, this is the duplex that has a lot of land, right?
If you were able to, like he was working for you. So yes, this is the duplex that has a lot of land. The property itself is 0.75, so it's almost an acre land right next to the university. And one thing that the property did, let me turn on the light here really quick. There we go. So the property, there was a lot of hard work that I thought was going to be, but the prime location right next to universities, it's a residential property. It's a 2 units, not technically 2 units, it's a multi-family. It was sold as a duplex, but it's not a duplex. But we're still working, man. We put already 50K renovation, and it's coming out on Saturday now.
Well, soon enough you'll be able to probably do a cash out refi once you have both units rented. and you'll be able to get most of your money back, if not all of it.
Any construction is always more than the user company. Yeah, so I'm waiting, probably gonna season a little more, until next year. I want to, catch the trend a little higher. If I do right now, I have to be as, like as you mentioned, these are not coming out. So the profits are very large at the time. And everything that you find on the market, it's not, the numbers are making sense as an investment. It's making sense as a retail. But, people always say to us, it's summertime, from like June, July, more or less. That's when I do the cash refi to get the cash out. The greatest thing is that I don't have my name, right? So I'm going to buy the land too big, but that is the 4 acre of land, which is a lot of land. So the property next to me, there's 2 houses. My house, and the second house is a triplex. And right there, that is a 4 acre of land which connects to the triplex. If I want to sell it and I try to buy the triplex, but the thing is that the property is already unregistered. So I put an offer, it was accepted for $650, and it was a triplex with 4 acres of land. It was like
Wait, so it's $650 for a triplex with 4 acres of land?
I was excited to sell, excited to buy, but then when I went to the bank, the bank was at $650 for a triplex. So it's a triplex, but a triplex has individual address. So it's not like a triplex with a group. It's a 3 people can do wells on the same lot. And right behind the house, there's 2 people of land. So the total land is 4 acres of land, 3 triplexes, single family each one, and all 4 conditions really bad. I made an offer. It was like super excited. It was like, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. And then I got a deed to firm, and the bank did not like the condition of the house because it has 6 houses that foundation. Here, technically, Florida is not that protected foundation. Like, there's a good t-shirt. And so we come to the bank says, no, man, this is not going to go on the regular, finance, have to do commercial. And at the time, I think commercial was at 30%. And they wanted to show me some money for the recap as well. So it was a heavy investment for my pocket. I'm not in debt after that.
Yeah. But we talked about this before, Miko.
Then renovation, we'll keep believing people right there. But just let's talk about this before.
Like, when you gotta think bigger than just yourself, right? You can partner with other people to put the money together and make bigger moves that are more profitable, and then you can share the profits with other people.
Right. It was an option, but the way I was thinking, so the area is being developed a lot. So what they're doing is in here. Okay, it was a low income area, which people were revamping into all those multi-unit complexes. So what I thought about it, I was like, okay, I cannot stretch myself for that because that would be right. I cannot have reserves for, your emergency funds. And I talked to the guy that so the property is still there. And then what I did is I go, let me think about what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull out some cash from the refi on different properties. And then once I refi, I have enough to do by myself. And then once I will develop it, because I talked to the city to do a real one. They don't really have a type of unit. Check out what the zoning is. But a lot of them people get wait until that it's lined up. Yes, develop the more that on the land that's going to invest.
So that's a good idea, but again, you have to move faster. That's what's really important. You have to move faster because by the time a good deal is is um is noticed, people are going to come in and take the deal. So it's really important. You have to start moving faster. You have to partner together with other people, pool the money together, and when good deals come, you got to just move, take action. Otherwise, most of my deals I buy them within the first hour of becoming available. So you got to make those type of moves. But I got a lot of other people calling to ask questions. So what we'll do is we'll follow up again later, and we'll continue talking about this topic another time. It was good seeing you, Nico. I was actually Super Mario a couple of years ago for Halloween. So, all right, Hannah. So, what's the next question? I want to make sure I answer everybody's questions.
Okay. Question here is, how can someone get started with NFTs?
So it's easy with NFTs. It's so easy. Like $7, you can get an NFT. Literally $7. You go on VV, you set up an account, you just add money to it. One comic book costs roughly $6.99. So you can put in as much or as little as you want, and then you just, when they start dropping these comic books, you just gotta be focused to try to get something. And then what's awesome is you can immediately sell it. If you have a good one, you can immediately put it up for sale and possibly make a profit. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of people buy these comic books for $7, relist them for 20, 50, 100. Some are like 2,000 to 3,000 just because they got a really rare one. So great opportunities. Just go out there and get it.
So that's on VV, and what was another app to purchase NFTs on?
Nifties.
How do you spell that? NIFTY, maybe?
Yeah, Google it and then you can look it up.
Okay. Something nifty.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is NFTs.com.
Oh, so maybe it's NF. No, I'm just guessing. Guys.
Yeah. So just again, check on my computers. You got a computer probably. You just throw that in there and you'll see.
Okay.
You know.
And then someone had a follow-up question in regards to real estate. Do you think there are chances for beginners to find good deals in this market?
Yeah, there is. There's always a chance to find a good deal, but it's about how hard you're gonna hustle, right? And a lot of these I'm seeing people get like really good deals, but they're out there reaching out to people. They're emailing, they're calling, they're texting, they're out there putting in the work. They're bird dogging.
What's bird dogging?
Bird dogging is basically you're out there hustling, looking for deals, and you send a deal to someone else to close it.
Oh,
which is different than wholesaling. A bird dog would give it to a wholesaler. So you can actually do both. You can basically bird dog for yourself. In the beginning, if you're a wholesaler, you don't have much money, you're bird dogging for yourself. Excuse me. Later, then you can get people to bird dog for you so you can get properties to wholesale. And then you get down to the next level. If you have money, you will bird dog to wholesale to yourself, right? You're just gonna get yourself better deals. Eventually, I'm at the point where I don't have time to do either one of those things. I find people that have the time and want to make a quick $10,000, $20,000. They'll find me the deals or flip it to me immediately. Actually, one person made about $250,000 on a flip to me. So they bought it for like 5 something and they sold it to me for like $825. So they made a little over $200 something thousand within, months of work, just transferring it over to me. And for me, I'm gonna buy it, put in 400 grand, and it'll be worth $2 million. So, and this is in a hot market, downtown St. Pete. So there's opportunities. You just have to put in the work in some way, shape, or form. Either you're going to be finding the deals, or you're going to be remodeling the deals, or something. You have to do something. But if you're not adding value in some way, it's going to be hard to make money. You have to find a way where you can add value with where you're at. Now, if you have time, what you can do is you go to someone like myself. People ask me all the time, "Hey, what can I do? I want to get in. I want to work with you." Okay, easy. Find me a deal. How do I find you a deal? Well, call all of the houses that are in this neighborhood. Mail all of the houses that are in this neighborhood. Get in contact with these people and have them agree to sell the property, and I'll buy it. So that's a really easy way. And you can take cash, or I'll give you ownership interest in the company that owns it, and I have the remodel handle and everything else. So you have to add value some way, right? You have to do something. It doesn't have to be able to do everything. You can start small, and that's what I did. I started helping people in different parts of the business, adding value to each of those people, and I learned my skills that way. So it's really not hard. You just have to not overthink, and you just need to act. Call to get one deal. You probably have to call 1,000 people. I'm being serious. 1,000 people. Now you would think, man, that's a lot of people. Well, if you do 100 a day, and in a day it would take you maybe 2, 3, 4 hours to do it, then you'll be fine. If you do 25 a day, maybe it takes you an hour. Well, go ahead. It's going to take you a month to get a deal, maybe 2 months. Most people, based off of how much energy they put into the business, it takes them roughly 7 to 9 months to get their first wholesale deal. A real estate agent usually takes 7 to 9 months to sell their first home. So if you're quitting, or you're not putting in the volume to get the result, you're never going to get it. And this is not to say anything about you. It's about literally the work it takes to get it. The average is 7 to 9 months if you're putting in work, right? If you're just showing up and not doing much for 7 to 9 months, you're not going to get it. Showing up is a part of it, but you putting in the work is the other part. Do both, and you'll eventually get something done. Then a lot of times things will not work out. When things don't work out, find out why. Ask why. Don't be like, oh, because they're a bad buyer, they're a bad seller, something else. You can't change anybody else. So if that's what you think, you can't learn, you can't grow. So I would always say, how could I have done that differently? Right? With this type of crazy buyer or crazy seller, what could I have done differently to get this deal? And I'll listen to people that were in the game a long time or successful. And they're like, well, you could have tried this, you could try that, you could do whatever. And then eventually just try that. And from your trying, from all those times you fall, you make mistakes, whatever, you learn each time something which builds your skills. So eventually you can be closing more and more deals, and you're making it look easy. Now the fact is, it became easy because you made so many mistakes, you know what not to do. And that's a big part with any skill. Try a lot, make mistakes, figure out what doesn't work, don't do that anymore, and focus on what does work. And that's just the winning formula with almost anything that you're doing.
Awesome. Okay. Someone here has a question in regards to
On YouTube?
yes, real estate. Should you partner with others when you're wanting to invest in possible rental properties, whether it be long term or short term? If you're a beginner, is it just better to partner?
So when you're buying a property or when you're partnering with someone, who you pick to work with is very important. You can't just pick anybody, you can't just pick any property and think you're gonna win. So if you pick a good property, you're gonna do well. If you pick a good partner, you're gonna do well. It's better to be with a good partner and a bad property because you can make things better. But if you're with a bad partner and a good property, they're probably gonna make things worse. So the answer is yes, you can partner with someone. And it's encouraged to partner with smart people that have success. So you can benefit from their knowledge and experience, and you can bring some value that you can offer. In that way, you'll have a better probability of winning, and you can diversify your risk. Because if you're buying a single unit or duplex with your money, and you can partner with someone else, and you can end up getting a fourplex or larger, You just diversified your risk. Now I actually have a syndication. So we have 10, 20, 30 people put their money together. You raise millions of dollars and we buy multiple properties within this pool. So now you want a percentage of the pool. So you get a very diversified portfolio of real estate that's going to reduce your risk because now you have more doors. So even if one's empty, it doesn't matter. You have the rest paying rent. So you can float the difference. So I do like investing in syndications as a good way to diversify your risk.
Okay, awesome. And then in regards to NFTs, where I guess did you respond to how someone gets started in it? Just
Yeah, I mean, we
Yeah.
really just go to say NFTs or VD. You set up an account like just as if you're going to set up an IG account. You create your username, your password. You put your credit card on there. You transfer money in, and that's it. Your money's there. Now you just go and try to buy something when it drops, or you can buy something that's someone else owns. Hold it, resell it. You can do a lot of different things with this. So you have a lot of options. So you can basically flip NFTs, buy them as they drop and sell them immediately to get a quick profit. Or you can invest in NFTs where you buy them, hold them long term because you think in a year, 2 years, 5, 10 years, they're going to be worth a lot of money. And that's what I think. I bought a lot of edition one comic books because I think long term, they're going to be worth a lot more. And also, I like them. So,
someone said here on paper, it's a good idea to partner and make sure everything's written with agreements beforehand. However, in execution, it could be a living nightmare.
True. I mentioned that at the very beginning that if you buy a bad deal, it's going to be bad. And if you have a bad partner, it's going to be bad. So this is the point. You have to know the first thing is that the person you're working with is ethical. So Warren Buffett says this. There's 3 things you need to know or need to have in a partner or employee. 1, ethics. 2, hard work. And 3, brains. If you have the last 2, but you don't have the first, you're gonna have a problem because they're gonna be smart and they're gonna be fast, but they're not gonna be ethical. So you're gonna be constantly trying to fight to make sure they don't do something wrong. So it's really important that you try to have a partner that has all 3, but it's extremely important that your partner has ethics, right? He's not gonna cheat you. So yes, and it doesn't matter how great your contract is. Doesn't matter. Because a person that wants to cheat you will try to find a way to cheat you. So you don't want to have an awesome contract against someone that wants to cheat you. If it's good enough, they're going to just cheat you anyway and leave the country. Or they're going to cheat you, blow the money, and say, okay, sue me, I don't have anything. What are you going to do? Again, in business, if someone cheats you, they don't really go to jail. You just sue them and have blown a ton of money on lawyers, and at the end, they don't have anything, so you can't get much out of that. So unless it's like extremely blatant type of fraud, then you can, try to get them in trouble. But most of the time, it's not, the punishment's not that bad. So point is, find good people to work with.
And how do you do that? How can you find good people to work with? Like, what's a common place, or perhaps something that you've learned, like according to someone's character? How do you determine? Does it take time, or what's a trigger for you where you're like, oh, this is a red flag?
So 1, it does take time if you don't know that. 2, you can get referrals. So if you get a referral from someone that you know is ethical, that says they are ethical, then you have that comfort level. So referrals or time. And when you see them and you see how they act, how they treat people in small ways, it's a dead giveaway how they are on the big things. If they're cheating someone off of something small, then they're probably going to cheat you on something big, right? So it's just not worth. If it's a little, it could be a lot.
Have you experienced that personally?
A lot. Like, okay, so I had a friend. I was gonna have him install a speaker system, in my car. So finally I was like, okay, fine, let's do this. I had this like tricked out 240Z. I had a Lambo doors, I had a wide body kit, had like 3 different body kits, and I wanted to put out a like show quality stereo system in it. So he kept on like kind of like encouraging me to go up. So finally I went up to like basically like the second highest system that they had. And I was like, whatever, let's make it happen. 2 weeks later, it was supposed to be done. Well, 5 weeks later, it wasn't done. Almost nothing was done. And then finally, when I went to go look at it, I was like, wait, this is not what I agreed to. This is like the level below, and you're trying to charge me the same price? And my other car at that time was got destroyed in a car accident. So I needed this car back, and it's, you know, more than double the schedule, and I still don't have the product that he said I was supposed to have. So I said, no, I don't want it. Keep it. And they're like, no, you got to take it. So anyway, I took the system back, called my credit card company. I said, hey, you know, they're trying to force me to take something I don't want. I don't want this. They gave back all my money. And, you know, he shouldn't have made me do that. A year later, I ended up seeing his mom, and we talked, and I still had all the stuff in the box. So I gave them back all the equipment, right? I said, no, I don't want any of this. I never even installed it. It's still in the box, new, whatever. Like, just, I don't want no, you know, I build a lot in like faith and you know, doing right. So anyway, that was like 2,000, 3,000 something. It wasn't a lot. It was money, but it was not that, it wasn't crazy amount of money. That same person, I was going to give $50,000 to open up a shop to do systems and body work and like wraps, like everything, like a really like kind of like a full underground type of car shop. So I'm really into car customizing, stuff like that. So that $2,000, $3,000 example showed me enough to know, hey, I'm not gonna go 50 grand with this person. And honestly, there was other flags that I saw with the person's consistency and not doing what they said they were gonna do, that really should have been also big red flags. So in that, but I didn't pay attention. I wasn't too hard on that person because we had a friendship. But obviously that friendship went very sour with what happened afterwards. What I learned is, again, if a person says that they're going to do something and they don't do it, no matter how big or small it is, that just shows you that the person can't truly be relied on. So if you give them more, it is likely that they're not going to do what they said they're going to do. So that's it. If you see a little problem, it normally means it's going to be a bigger problem.
So it's not, you know how people say you shouldn't invest with your friends, or you shouldn't do business with friends or family. Personally, what is your take with that? Especially for, you know, beginners who are wanting to pool and put together money in order to buy their first fourplex, you know, and split that property with a family member or a friend where they both can benefit from living rent-free, burning it out, all that stuff. What is your, through experience and through maybe seeing other people, like overall, would you still invest with friends and family? How do you handle that?
So I had this conversation so many times. And that's the same thing with like spouse. Should you work with your spouse? I've seen the best relationships be friends and family. I've seen the worst relationships be friends and family. And people will say the benefits were because of friends and family. Oh, and the reason it didn't work was because it's friends and family. There is a factor where if you're working with friends and family, the right friends and family, they'll work harder because they have a relationship with you, because they don't want to let you down, because they have that type of personality. There's also the people with the personality where, because you're friends and family, they'll slack, they'll get to it later, they'll be chill about it, and then, you know, they're like, this person's gonna be okay with me doing that. So it's not the question of if you're working with friends and family. It's back to the point of who are you working with? Because if the person is that way in their life, the fact that you're friends and family doesn't usually mean they're gonna work harder if they're already like a slacker in a way, right? That's just who they are. You know, maybe they can change because they want to change. You can't really, it's hard to make someone want to change. They have to want it. Same people, the person that are hustlers and driven and whatever, they're going to be that way, if they're your friend or not. So it's not about friends and family or not friends and family. It's about working with people that are driven, that are passionate, that are ethical. Why do people work with friends and family? It's who you know and who you're comfortable with. That is why. So when you want to help your friends and family, that is the reasons why people pick friends and family to work with. But again, if they're good workers, they have good ethics, they have good things going for them, and they can be helpful, then yes, it's going to work out. If they're not, and there's someone that is not trying in their life, and you're like, oh, I'm going to give them a job, and then me and them can grow together, it's unlikely. It's very, very unlikely that they're going to actually do something with their life just because they weren't doing it before. You didn't really change the factors that's going to make them do it. A lot of people say, oh, this is the reason why I'm not successful. It's not a reason, right? It's a lot of it is drive and work and consistency. Like if someone's getting hired with me, I'll give you an example, no matter who they're, friends and family or not, or whatever. If in the interview, if I ask them, like, well, how come you left your other job? Or, well, what is the reason you're changing? And they're like, well, to be honest with you, the old manager, they sucked. They were a bad person. They're whatever. They weren't understanding. Normally, that tells me is 99% of the time, that person was the one that did whatever was wrong that they said the manager did. They actually had those things. They were inconsistent. They were not a team player. They were asking too much from that team, so they had to carry them. But when you're joining a team, it's not meant for you to be carried. If there's an issue going on and you need support and you need some flexibility, yes, that's something you should do as a team. But if the whole time that you're a team member, all they're doing is carrying you, so you're actually more of a burden than you're helpful, then you're not going to keep a job and they're going to constantly tell you need to step up to the plate. Friends and family are not. So listen to what people say, and if you're listening intently, you can understand what do they mean. Be an active listener and ask questions. What happened? How did it go? So most of the time with people that, again, I would say it's like every time someone's complained about their past, they have the same exact reason with us. They weren't understanding, they weren't flexible. That means the person constantly is calling out. They're calling out all the time. So they're not showing up. You need, just a whole bunch of stuff that's going on in their life, and they just think that they can just call out half of the week. You obviously can't run a team that way. People are relying on you. So again, active listening.
Follow-up question from Nico is it true in regards to real estate? Is it true that banks do not consider short rental income as part of income to qualify for loans?
Correct. You have to go for a special loan if you're going to do short-term rentals. If you're trying to get a 1-4 family Fannie Freddie loan, they do not allow short-term rentals. I think the minimum is 7 months for that. Otherwise, they don't count the income. And if actually some loans, if they find out, if you tell them that's what you're going to do, they're not going to give it to you at all.
Like Airbnb.
Yeah, if you tell them I'm going to Airbnb, they're like, no, we're not going to give you this loan. Because again, that's a business. That's not 12-month annual rental. It's a business, right? Like it's annual rental. Yeah, everybody.
It's overcool. It's hot.
It's hot? Okay, so can they see it all or no?
Not on YouTube, but on Instagram and TikTok.
Okay. So we need to get that screen thing
Yeah.
so it doesn't do that. So the point is, it's when you're getting a 1-4 family loan, Fannie Freddie loan, with the lower interest rate, 30-year amortization, they're looking for a conservative loan, owner-occupied or 12-month rental. Those are conservative loans. If you're going for Airbnb, it's not consistent income, and it is a business. Like, it is very active. It's not that passive. Now, if you set up your business to have managers and cleaning crews and property management and all these different people involved that will work together to run your business, then it can become more passive. But it is still a business that you made passive. So, and even the way the IRS looks at your income and taxes your income is different. So be aware, the way you run it by an Airbnb business isn't truly function the same as a annual rental. I mean, they look at you more like a hotel. So, guys, I've had a lot of fun talking to you about NFTs. I love them. Real estate, I love it. Just make sure whatever you're buying, you're studying your market. And whoever you're working with, you're studying the person you're going to work with. Understand who they are and understand what does it look like for a person that's successful in this area. And does this person match that style of person? That's a good way to measure if they're going to be successful or they're just talking. So, and also anyone interested in investing in real estate and crypto and oil and gas with tax incentives, write-offs, feel free to send us a message, DM us. We'll be happy to help add you guys to the team. Buying lots of deals right now and always looking for more. Good luck. God bless. Happy Thanksgiving. See you guys next time.